Hi everyone, it's Miss Victoria with our next distance learning activity. I'm so glad that a lot of you enjoyed the reading activity, and I hope that you find this one just as helpful. So today I'm going to be talking about singing to and with your child. Just like reading, singing has a lot of great benefits. First of all, it really helps with sensory development. They're learning about beats and rhythms and patterns, and it also helps with literacy development. So songs, especially children's songs, are very repetitive in nature, which can make them predictable for what words are going to come next, which can help build vocabulary skills. It's also great for numeracy, so I'm sure you've noticed a lot of children's songs do a lot with fingers and counting up and counting down. So these are just a few of the benefits, not to mention it's also another great activity to bond with your child, another thing to put into your routine. So when talking about singing with your child, there's actually a few different terms that might come up. There's songs, there's nursery rhymes, there's finger plays. So I'm just going to talk about the differences so that you can understand the different types of singing that you can do. So the first is songs. Songs are just words paired with rhythm, and you can sing about anything. You can sing a song about driving in the car and what you see on the road. You can sing about cooking dinner and what you're putting into the pot. A lot of times when I'm carrying my son up the stairs, we're going up the stairs, we're going up the stairs, hey, hey, look at us, we're going up the stairs. And that's fun and engaging for your child, and it encourages creativity. So next is nursery rhymes, and this is something that a lot of us are familiar with. Some of the classics might be Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, Humpty Dumpty, Baa, Black Sheep. And then last is finger plays. So finger plays, when I first pictured it, I was picturing puppets on my fingers, doing a whole play, and that's not it. Finger plays are just coordinated hand movements to words. So some that you might already know are, the itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout, or the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round. You get the point. So those are just some different types. Like my previous video, I'm going to break this lesson into 3 different levels. Level 1 would be for children who are speaking in few words or maybe no words at all. They have limited engagement, so only engaging in a parent-directed activity for no more than a couple of minutes. And they also might have limited joint attention. So joint attention is also called shared attention, and it's sharing a common interest over an activity or an object. Next would be level 2. So level 2 is for students who have 2-word phrases. They're able to imitate some actions and starting to imitate some 1 to 2-word phrases. And then level 3 would be for students that are speaking in 3 or more word phrases. They're able to perform some actions and words from the song independently, maybe not the whole thing, but at least parts of it. And they're also able to engage for longer periods of time. Alright, so the first song that I'm going to demonstrate for you is called 5 Little Speckled Frogs. I chose this song because, first of all, as a parent and an educator, there is only so many times during the day that I like to sing The Wheels on the Bus before I get really tired of it. So I wanted to give you this song to add to your song collection. I'm going to put the link down below into the description box for the lyrics for you. I also chose this song because it's a finger play, and I really love finger plays. I find them very engaging. You're not only using your words, but you're adding those hand and body movements, which just makes your child want to participate even more. Okay, so first we're going to do a level 1 example. Some tips for level 1. You want to face your child to get that engagement going right off the bat. You're going to be overly animated. So you're going to act like this is your favorite song in the world and you're having the time of your life when you sing this song. You want to add in some touch. So whether it be touching their arm during the song, or their tummy, or their face, depending on the lyrics, you can add in that touch there. Or you can do hand over hand. So if it's an easy enough movement, you can guide their hand to copy you. And then lastly, you want to really exaggerate any funny sounds or words that are in the song. So an example would be Wheels on the Bus, beep, beep, those types of things. Kids really like it when you get really into those types of sounds and words. So here we go. Here's an example of level 1 using this song. Okay. 5 little speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum! One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are just 4 speckled frogs. And while you're doing this, you might be touching their tummy or putting their fingers on your arm. Okay? And again, overly animated. It's so exciting. And then exaggerating. So my favorite part to exaggerate on this song is yum, yum. And when I sing this song to my baby boy, I like to touch his tummy and do the same movement on his stomach. Okay, so next will be for level 2, an example of the same song. So some tips for level 2 is that you want to slow it down a little bit because now we're really trying to focus in on those words. You also want to be excited and animated, of course, and then you want to encourage imitation. And this can be done by pausing at the most repetitive phrase and waiting, giving wait time, like in my last video, that's 5 to 7 seconds of a long pause to see if your child will fill in the words for you. Okay, so let me show you an example. 5 little speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are just 4 speckled frogs. So again, I paused at the most memorable and repetitive part, which was yum, yum, to see if the child would fill in the blank for me. So you don't want to do this unless you have sung the song a few times, or else it would be pretty hard to fill in the word if you don't know what the words should be. So you want to make sure that the child is familiar with the song before you pause to have them fill in at any moment. So last would be level 3. For level 3, the tips would be to just sing the song together. Your child should be able to follow along with most of the words. You can also encourage the child to fill in the blanks for longer sections, so not just that 2-word phrase, but maybe you pause and see if they know what number comes next. If you're counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or maybe you pause and see if they fill in the line sitting on a speckled log. So just giving them more opportunity to show what they know. Another tip would be to have them create their own movements to go with the words. So the movements I'm doing are just pretty standard, but if your child wants to pretend there's bugs flying around and they want to get creative with it, that's a really good way to have them be engaged, to get their minds activated, have their imagination going. It just would be a fun thing to do, not with just this song, but other songs as well. For this level 3 example, I'm just going to sing the whole song, finish it out, so you can hear how the words go to the tune. Okay? 5 little speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are just 4 speckled frogs. 4 little speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are just 3 speckled frogs. 3 little speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are just 2 speckled frogs. 2 little speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there is just 1 speckled frog. 1 little speckled frog sitting on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. He jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are no more speckled frogs. So some final tips before I head out here would be, again, these levels are not static, they're fluid. So if something works from level 1 and level 3, mush it together, make it yours, whatever works best for you guys. Another tip would be to add in some sign language. So sign language has actually been proven to help stimulate oral vocabulary. So for example, I was doing this. This is the sign for eat, so I chose to include that into my song. You might want to try Googling different signs to add to songs that you guys already sing together. And lastly, have fun with it. Have fun, be silly. The more into it you are, the more into it your child would be. They'll be more invested into the song and into the activity. So be silly, have fun, and sing some songs. Okay? Alright, I'll see you guys for my next activity. If you have any questions, please reach out and I'll be happy to answer them. Bye!